Alright, hey guys, Lee here. It's June 12th, 2012, and I thought I'd make a check-in because I haven't done it in what seems like a long time. So, first of all, I hit my 6-month mark on my top surgery, and I wanted to show y'all, just how it looks and what have you. So, there it is. I'm pretty happy with it, overall. I think that... And I had the top surgery, and I had the body sculpting done, and I think that it looks pretty good overall. I wish the scars would have faded a little more, and I wish that I don't know if you can probably see it like right in here. There's really bad stretching, but that's I was that I can't really blame on the surgeon. That was a lot of just my body beforehand. So so that's one thing. Second thing is that, I guess the best way to say it is that I have embraced my queerness. I've identified as queer for what seems like a while now, because I'm not straight and I'm not really gay. I like to toe both the lines. So, I went to this really fucking awesome queer party in Austin, and it was great. There was it was the first party I'd been to, really, where people were intentionally saying, I am not straight, I am queer, I am along the, I don't participate in gender norms, I, bust the gender norms in the binary whenever I can. And it was just a really interesting space to be around, and really cool people down there. So, that's one thing. Second thing is that I have signed up to do the Hotter Than Hell ride in Wichita Falls in August. It's a 50-mile bike ride, and it's called Hotter Than Hell because it occurs in the end of August, and the end of August in Texas is fucking hot. There is no, it is as close to the heat of hell as you could possibly get. So I signed up to do a 50-mile bike ride at the end of August, and I'm really excited about that because that is my first I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like, I guess a mile marker for me. Like, I've survived, like, all this other shit, and now I'm about to do, like, a really awesome physical thing, kind of deal. But I don't know. I'm really excited about that. Third thing, I think I'm on number 3, I don't know. But another thing that's going on, I received my birth certificate from the state of Illinois, and I am officially acknowledged as male. I have not gone and gotten my new identification yet, and my new social security and all that shit for work or whatever. Mostly because I've been really fucking busy. So, yeah, I know I'm just gonna show that shit. That's really exciting. I got a letter from them not too long ago saying that I didn't, like, provide a copy of my current identification or something, and I was like, fuck, what the hell is gonna be going on now? But, I sent that off, and then I got my, my new birth certificate, so everything's, legal, which is awesome, because that means that, my engagement to my girlfriend can become something more than an engagement, which is exciting, and she's excited about it, and, yeah. So, another thing that's going on is that I am, like, co-founder, co-organizer, I don't know what you wanna, anyway, there's a trans support group starting up in the Fort Worth area, which is where I live, and which is really cool because it's a very conservative area, and we are the first group / second group, because we started up and then we pittered out for a while because I had surgery and I had life issues and whatever, and then in the meantime a new group cropped up, and then we restarted, so we are the first / third group, it depends on how you want to look at it, in the area, and we had our first meeting last week or the week before, and it went really well. We had a nice sized group. The cool thing about our group is that we have a section going for the supporters / allies / whatever of trans individuals. So, especially for the significant others, because a transition is a very self-focused time. I mean, it's very much, me, and, it's nice for the spouses slash, supporters to have a place where they can go and more or less vent about us and bring up their own concerns, because there seem to be quite a few. Such as, will I still love this person? Will this person still want to be with me? And things like that. So, that's something else. I just started classes last week or the week before. I think week before. Last. For my new degree that I'm working on, or prerequisites for my new degree that I'm working on. Because I've decided that I love the medical field. I think I could do great as a trans individual who understands that there are trans people and people who decide to break the gender binary, and that there are certain ways to approach us and, certain concerns that we have. So that's kind of exciting. I feel like there's some forward momentum in my life. It was actually kind of ironic because I received my birth certificate and then my classes started. So it's kind of like this out with the old and with the new thing, a new stage in my life. Another thing that's going on is in a couple weeks I'm going to be getting my son for a whole month, which is exciting. I'm going to be exhausted with school and work and a child running around, 4-year-old boy running around, but I'm really excited about that. One of the cool stories that I have to tell about that, because, I don't know, I just think it's awesome, because when I said I was starting this channel, I was going to start it with the idea of being a trans parent in mind, and I haven't really said much about it. It's been a lot of other crap, and life crap. So, one of the things that happened recently, which I just thought was the cutest slash most awesome thing ever, was that since top surgery, I have been wearing wife beaters like they're going out of style. I wear them all the time. I love wearing them. It's such a great feel to be able to... Oh, that's something else I gotta tell you about. To walk around with them and not, have to wear a binder to make it look right, or to catch myself in the mirror and be like, what the fuck are those things hanging out of me, or off me. So I wear them a lot, and my normal thing around the house is boxers and a wife beater. It's what I love to wear. So, my son has been outgrowing his clothes since he's 4, going on 5 in December, and my girlfriend said, you know what, we can't do, or we can, but it's just harder to do, like, the little kids, pajamas. So what she did was she found boxers, and she found little boy wife beaters, so she bought him a pack, and he came home and saw his little wife beaters waiting for him on his bed, and he was so excited. He's like, and he's like, I got a Papa shirt, I got a shirt that looks just like Papa's, I got a white Papa shirt. And then he looks at my girlfriend who had a black wife beater with, bling on it. And he looks at her and goes, you got a black Papa shirt, but I got a white Papa shirt, my Papa shirt. I want to wear it to church, I want to wear it to school, can I wear it home, can I wear it anywhere, can I da-da-da-da, just on and on. So, our relationship is actually going very good. This, and I know this is the only thing that I don't like, but, I mean, considering I went from, like, gut to, like, no gut, I guess there was going to be some extra skin. And I'm thinking about getting, a tummy tuck later on in life, but it's not a big pressing issue, so I'm not even gonna try to worry about it right now. Let's see. Not this past time in Austin, but the time before, my girlfriend and I had a whole day to kill, so we ended up going along one of the, it's called a creek. It's more of a river in my eyes, but we ended up going along that, and it was the first time that I had been, and it was pretty well shaded. And it was the first time that I had been able to take off my shirt and walk around outside without my shirt on, like in a public place, since surgery. And it was the best experience. Like, I since working nights, because I work 12-hour nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., and it's a bitch to try and get me in the sunlight. I don't like it. I'm very nocturnal, or have become so. But it was, like, the first time that I've been, like, outside in the sun without my shirt on, just able to feel, like, the sun on my chest and not have to feel it through a piece of cloth, and it was the best experience ever. There's talks of my girlfriend and I going back to Corpus Christi, because we went last summer sometime, and at the time I still had my chest, so I couldn't really, like, take off my shirt or go in the water or anything like that, but that's something that I could do this time, and I'm very much looking forward to. Um, I've just, and there's just been a lot of other little things, but it has been the nicest experience. Like, I can't say enough how much top surgery has honestly changed my life. And it was interesting because I'm meeting a lot of people recently who are saying, who have been questioning, their own identity and, like, how they don't. It's a lot of butch women, actually, who have been saying about how, they don't identify as a man, but they don't like their breasts. They just wish they could get rid of them, but they don't want to transition. And I've actually had conversations with quite a few saying, you don't have to transition. You don't have to take the hormones. You don't have to do, like, all this other stuff. If you like your voice and how you look and you're worried about, like, all this other shit and the medical side effects, it is possible to go and get top surgery just by itself. It still is going to require a letter and still require counseling, to make sure that this is, like, what the best decision for you. But beyond that, it is something that is so possible to do. It's interesting because I have actually started questioning really, is that something that I would have wanted to do, and I keep coming back, no, I kind of like, I'm actually getting facial hair, and I'm getting chest hair, although I know you can't see it on the camera, and my stomach hair is coming in, the back hair is coming in too, which is sort of sad, but everything else I like, and I love, just how the testosterone has worked on me, and just other stuff like that. So, it was the right decision for me. It may not be the right decision for other people, but it is the right decision and was for me. Quick update on my family. Nobody talks to me. I know that seems kind of, offhanded remark, but my mother said she was going to come visit in July. I have yet to hear a word from her. It is the middle of June now. So, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say other than, she said she was going to come, and I haven't heard anything, so we'll just see how that goes. What else? And I haven't heard from my brother. I haven't heard, from quite a few people. Although my brother said that he's supposedly very supportive, and I just haven't reached out. So I'm gonna start working on building that relationship back up. I know it's gonna take a while, and I know, he hasn't seen me since I started transition. He hasn't seen me at any point, and I don't. My sister-in-law knows that I've had top surgery because she watches my videos very frequently, I think. But I don't know about the rest of my family, nor in some ways do I care. Don't know what to say. I miss them, I love them, but, I'm not gonna go out of my way to do something and then have all that, like, kind of affect me in a negative way. Because things are going very well, in my opinion, for me. Minus a few things here and there. What else? I guess I want to say that this last piece is actually kind of really kind of personal, and I know I don't have much time to talk about it. But, this past weekend I went to a party, and the theme of the party was gender bending. In some ways you can, it's like, well, aren't trans people, like, those who are, like, transitioning and have transitioned, like, the ultimate form of gender bending? And it's funny, because in some ways I'd have to say no. The ultimate gender bending, in my opinion, would be somebody who transitioned doing drag to their birth gender. And in some ways I found that really repulsive. I find that that if I take a concept like that and I play with it and I just, and I have fun with it, then I often can get over a lot of my insecurities about it. Like for this party, my girlfriend said she had an idea, and I said, go ahead, do whatever, I'll wear whatever. Bad mistake. But, so she ended up going out and buying me, this pair of women's underwear that are white and have, like, pink on them and have, like, all these different colored, like, little monkeys that say different things on it. And I looked at them and that was repulsive. It was, I mean, seriously, like, the thought of putting them on honestly just made me just almost want to curl up into a little ball within myself, because I really did not like that idea at all. But it's funny because now I'm sitting here going, you know what, I got through it, I survived, and it's something that was kind of fun to do. Like, there was another trans guy there in a skirt. But at the same time, he was rocking a jock and high boots and nasty pig socks and just, I mean, amazing. So it was actually, it's kind of fun to fuck with your gender a little bit, and it actually made me a little bit more secure in my own gender, because in some ways I look at myself and I'm like, you know what, I know in my heart of hearts that what I'm doing is right, and I'm more comfortable in this form and fashion. However, I know that there are people who are out there and look at me and say, you're not, you're just pretending, or you're making believe, or you're just dressing up, and, you're not a man because you don't have a dick, essentially, is what they're trying to say to me. But you know what? I don't care. You know what? You don't have to live my life, I do. So it's just becoming like a lot of really learning to be comfortable with myself and my decisions. Not saying they were bad decisions or wrong decisions, just knowing that not everybody in the world is going to view what I did and what I am doing in the same light as me. My therapist at one point in time told me, I was discussing my mother and just a lot of the problems, that we were having and are having. And, her inability to accept me and my inability to accept that she can't accept me. And she said, and what she said to me was that, Tifa, cut it out. And what she said to me was, if you want to be accepted, that you have to accept other people. No matter how big of a pain in the ass they are, no matter how much they infuriate you, no matter what, whatever they present to you, you just have to say, okay, and run with it. Just how you want to present yourself to people, and just have them say, okay, that's how you are, that's who you are, and run with it. You have to do the same back. So I know there was a lot of verbal blah and very scattered and all over the place, but I just wanted to give a nice general life update, because it seems like whenever I sit down to do these, I say I have all this stuff to talk about, and I do. But yeah. So anyway, one more quick thing. Yeah, I know. One more. But, seriously, I think one more. Recently I've started coming out at work. It comes out a lot because I talk about the gay community. And everyone knows I'm engaged. And everyone knows my fiancée, because she works the same place that I do. And I realize that I use girlfriend and fiancé interchangeable, and anyway, so I talk a lot about the queer community and the gay community, and, indiscreetly, in very roundabout ways of my extracurricular activities and what I do and what I do on the weekends. But everyone asks me, how do you know? How do you know the difference between a transgender individual, a transsexual, and a transvestite? And I'm like, well, here you are. I'm trans. It was how one conversation went. Another conversation was that I just felt like telling them. I felt like I could trust them, and I felt like I could just tell them. I have not run across anybody so far who has been negative to me about it. I have discovered that somebody found out they overheard me talking while I was talking to somebody else, and they decided to out me to everybody, not to everybody, but to a handful of people. And, but beyond that, I haven't had any negative repercussions. Nothing's been said to my manager. I did wait my 90 days in Texas. If you are in Texas, wait your 90 days before you do anything like that, so they cannot fire you based on it, because they can, and I've heard that they will, and I've known people who have had that happen to them. So, but overall, it's becoming a very positive experience, and easier, actually, over time, it's just becoming an easier process. It's something I realized in some ways that if I choose to identify as trans more so than male, which is what I do, if I have a choice between trans and male on an identification card or something like that, I would choose trans in a heartbeat. Because I feel like doing anything else denies my past, and I don't like that. But for day-to-day activities, identifying as male is a lot easier. Bathrooms and things like that. If you have to have a binary, yeah, I'll take the male, sure. But otherwise, I like to identify as trans. And I think that by more of us coming out and it being more well known, that there could be some negative things that come along with it. However, I think that only by doing so can we really establish our place in the world. Harvey Milk said at one point in time, the best thing for the gay community was to come out. Because once somebody knows a gay, because in his time, it was speaking specifically of his time, he said, it's harder. He was talking about a specific vote that was going on at the time, Prop 8. He was trying to get support to get rid of it, and he was saying, if somebody knows one of us, it's harder for them to vote against us, and I think that's very much how it should be. For the trans community also. Although I know a lot of us, just like to transition and blend into things. However, I would encourage for that not to happen. And for us to, step up and take our place within society. Because I think there is a place for us. We just need to find it. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing good and well. And hope this, everything's going good for you. Questions or comments, please leave them. And I hope y'all are doing good. Talk to y'all soon.